Hello, hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're just gonna be trucking along, and the Ruthless route should be fun. It's barely been over a week since you crossed the desert, glimpses of the valley below, and open all the doors inside the hotel. Since that night, when you and Asterion sat before the hearth, so much has changed. The hotel stands restored. It's once... Should I skip this? Oh, okay. Will this heart give out to boredom and malice? Such... Wait. Malaise? Malaise? Yes. Such magical control loses its mystique. Whatever his choice may be, none may cast judgment, for the Lord holds all the power in this realm, and the gods themselves are nowhere to be seen. No checks and balances, no fear of reprisal, and just the stone-made footsteps of contracts and curses. Perhaps these, too, can be made useful. Except, perhaps, for the lone watchman down below, the keeper of the divine will, what sharp eye he has. As for us, fret not, we shall not judge you. This is no trial. A man such as yourself holds no regret in how you carry your affairs. Now, let us not waste any more of the monarch's precious time. Before you lies the door, and beyond it, the prisoner awaits his captor. This has happened before, little star. Nothing you haven't withstood before. Breathe in, smile. Not enough more. Breathe out, in, out. Say something. Greetings, my lord. He approaches. It feels like you are suffocating, but that's a lie. You cannot. You have been through this before. You must be strong. He said something. Now he offers the wine. That dark lump connects in his arm. It may as well be a tumor. Roiling waters. It's a deep, dark sea in there. A bottle of wrought sea, with foam and bubbles at the edges of its surface, calling and beckoning. Extend your arm. No, your fingers are wrong. Widen your grip. Yes, now close. Bring it closer. He says something. A joke? Laugh. Curl the corner of your mouth. Laugh now. No, that's... You're coughing. Your throat isn't closing. You won't run out of air. Bite your tongue. Harder. You're going to get healed anyway. Don't be afraid of a little blood and ichor now. Bite harder. Damn it, you cursed wretch. Yes, now breathe in. Hold the bottle like that. Yes. And with the other hand, pull the cork. Squeeze harder. Yes, now pull. Drink. Pull the cork. There it is. Your sea, your basin. Be strong, little star. You are strong. Many masters. Oh, how many masters have come and gone? Thank the gods, for they made you strong enough to carry a load unbearable. You can fulfill your duty. You are a slave. That is our sentence, and they gave us all we needed to serve well. Rein yourself. Bite harder. You are a slave. You were made to toil, and now you will have the body to go along with this undying mind. You will survive and serve well. Now drink the wine. It will wash away the ichor. This is what I deserve. Thank you, my lord. Like this, I will serve you better. Good. Now, there's a concert, right? We should get going. Yes, I am ready to perform. They are talking about me. Who? Luke? Kota? Yes, they are seeing I look different. My eye is... Shush, don't worry about it. But everyone is looking. I am here with you, little star. Come on now. It is only you and me, as always. So hold on to the moment. Hold me and don't let go. One step at a time. There's the stool. Sit on it. Let's go now. You were always strong, little star. Good and bad times come and go. Masters too. You already know the worst that can happen, and you can withstand it again if it comes to that. They are looking at me. Yes, time never stops, does it? Even now, the seconds are passing by. Sing now. Okay. Time demands his due. Okay. Alright. Time, ever merciless, moves forward with little regard for those caught within its scream. Oh, here, I'll turn up the volume a little bit. Seconds tick away upon the clock, becoming minutes, hours, days. Life is dragged in unbreakable chains behind the ever-marching tyrant, who holds all within its grasp. How much can change in a single week? How many fellow mortals can be met and forgotten within that span? What events can occur as daily life continues? Once revelry, and celebration have faded back into drudgery. Drudgery? Oh, okay. Thoughts such as these must surely be running through the Griffin's mind as he stares up at the stars far above. Timeless, everlasting, gazing down at the mortals far below, like theater-goers enjoying the drama of a small, petty, short, and insignificant lives. Lives like his own. Luke remembers a night much like this, what feels like a lifetime ago, gazing up at the stars, while listening to the quiet, murmured words of his brother. He remembers well the warmth, the safety, the comfort of childhood innocence, lost along with the news of fire and death, and impossible to get back. For a moment, he wishes he could go back to that night. Before Peter died, before he turned into what he'd become in the years ever since, before stepping a single foot into Josh's goddamned hotel. But time, ever merciless, moves forward with little regard for those caught within its screams. Footsteps behind him, a shifting shadow in the dark approaching, and then taking a seat next to him. Kota.
You wish to speak with me?
Yeah. There are no barbs or jibes exchanged, and no laughter from the Griffin, answered with a wary sigh from the dragon. All that has been left behind over the past week, replaced by a single mature agreement. Shit's fucked.
Vulgar as they are, I cannot say your words are incorrect.
Well, pardon my language, but what else am I supposed to say? Sorry. Stereon. He mentions, the mention of the Minotaur's name is like a pale settling over the pair. Paul? A glassy-eyed Asterion who shambles about to perform his duties and flinches away from contact with the guests, whose warm voice has dropped into tight-lipped silence, who looks more ragged by the day.
Josh sent him to the valley again today.
Yeah. Fucking bastard. You should have seen Asterion when the poor guy got back. Looked like something was using him like a chew toy. Tired, I tried to tell Josh to lay off him and stop throwing the guy out into that hellhole, but
Let me guess. He told you to mind your own business.
yeah, like I can just stay behind the bar while Asterion has another freaking mental breakdown.
It isn't just Asterion, though. Josh, the very hotel itself. There's something very, very wrong here.
Those same words have been whispered among many of the guests, those that remain at least. A large shadow, a shadow hangs over the hotel, having crept in under the cover of the previous week's celebration. The installation of the Wi-Fi was supposed to make things better, more comfortable for the guests. Instead, something has made itself welcome in the hall's lounge and rooms. Kota and Luke can only imagine it as what lurks in the bedrock, or perhaps the malevolent air of the valley infiltrating the hotel above. Either way, its presence has affected them all. The Griffin was the first to notice. Faces that had made irregular appearances in the bar disappeared from one day to the next. Less chatter and liveliness filled the lounge and has become his to run. The place has become a veritable ghost town. The guests are leaving, and none have checked in over the past week to replace them. At first, the pair had felt comfortable making their concerns known to Josh. After all, he trusted them with both the installation of the Wi-Fi and the expedition to the valley. Hadn't he? Surely he'd trust their judgment on this. But with less guests around, less eyes to bear witness, perhaps, Josh had changed. Something had begun to lurk within his gaze. Malice. Mania. Contempt, not just for Asterion, but for anyone who questioned his decision. As that feeling of wrongness had permeated the air of the hotel, and Josh had locked himself away in his office, leaving the actual running of the establishment to Asterion. And as the Minotaur had wasted away from whatever madness had taken hold of him and his master, Luke and Kota and the remaining guests were left to their own devices. Left to fend for themselves. Kota laughs. It's a sickly, mirthless laugh. A mirthless thing.
Look at us, passengers in the grips of fear, watching the pilot of a vessel go to pieces. That's what that says. If things continue like this, perhaps it would be better to abandon ship.
Yeah, pack our shit in the car and get the hell out of Dodge while the getting's good. You travel light, yeah. If you want, I can, get you wherever you're going.
No funny business.
Ain't been in the mood for that in a long-ass time. Don't worry your pretty little head, blue boy. Hope you don't mind squeezing in the back seat with Asterion, though. Like hell I'm leaving him here with that fucker.
It may be easier said than done to convince him to leave. But should you need any assistance, I will be glad to offer it.
Might get ugly if we gotta get through Josh, though.
I may not look it, but my body is strong. Should it come to conflict, then I will. What's the expression? I will have your back. Yours and Asterion's.
You really are alright. Kota.
Likewise, Luke.
The dragon freezes, and his gaze darts to and fro.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, the wrongness you were talking about.
That and more.
He stares into the shadows, trying to find a hint of movement within them, searching for any sign of another presence with them on the rooftop.
If there's no one here, then show yourself.
If there's anyone here, that's what that says. It can be seen prowling like a starving beast just out of sight. It can be heard, a thrumming in the air like a fading voice and a lyre's plucked string. It can be felt, smelled, tasted. Like the chill of ice and the warmth of fire, sinking into one's bones in turn. Like the sour stench of rot, masked by floral perfume, crux and asphodel. Like a coppery sting of blood mixed with the burning sweetness of wine. The labyrinth leaves its mark on everything. You look at the window to the valley, its hills, dunes, and dry riverbeds. Together, it all makes a labyrinth. The distance provided you with this epiphany, but closer inspection takes it a step further. The wallpapers, drywall, even the floor tiles. When you run your fingernail over them, the labyrinthian pattern of branching corridors becomes evident. Your sheets take on the lining of the winding passageways. You throw sand in a dish and shake it. And there it is, a circle, scarred by a maze's pattern. All these symbols had always been there, but it was only after the concert that you managed to glimpse them, and much more. For a day you locked yourself in your office to ponder about the Olympians and their will, about the mysteries buried in the valley, about the fine balance of risk and reward asked of a leader. You thought about time, that tyrant, and the circles of masters dating back long before Christianity. The maze was there as well, and the dance of heretical and pious masters, leading the prisoner round and round and even deeper into this human labyrinth. Perhaps the gods sent kinder lords so that, upon their demise, this fall could be all the greater. Labyrinths here and there, and inside you too. Just what pushes humans to inflict pain on one another. A means to an end, perhaps. The Olympians' glory and power shine through the cracks of the labyrinth, sending the prisoners out. May be a way to uncover that old might. One day you might profit from it still. If not for their power, then from their knowledge. What mystifying artifacts can the prisoner find? It's as if the past itself rose up to greet him. Bronze statues of Athens, as well preserved, their original pigments are still visible. Lost in forbidden scrolls, as if the library of Alexandria was only a few feet underground. With enough time and wine for that so fragile prisoner, you would be able to unearth all of humanity's beauty from that festering valley. All of mankind would benefit from your mandate as this realm's master. The true and definitive triumph of civilization and culture over chaos and decay. The light of humanity, the ember which raised your ancestors from primal bloodshed and warfare. You would kindle it and bathe the world in its glory. There was wisdom in what the snake said. Setting the prisoner out was an act of worship to Lady Athena, to that precious Athenian culture, and to the development of mankind. Exhilarating enough to push one into frenzy. One could even say it provided a delight to the flesh, a chill running up the spine, blood invigorating one's extremities. All of it became evident in the labyrinth of your own mind. the good, the bad, and the rational. In the end, the calculation was simple and unconventional. Sending the Minotaur out was right by the gods. Evident. Wait. Edifying? Yes. Edifying for humanity, and profitable for you. What is the pain of one for the benefit of all? Hasn't all of humanity profited from the descent of a proliferation of Athenian culture, only made possible by their legions of servants? Hasn't man reaped the depths of soul provided by the Attic tongue of millennia? Haven't generations grown by the worship of their chaos-vanquishing heroes? All the decapitations, Heracles as the... Yeah, wait, Heracles... Yes, as he parted the, Gerion's skull with an arrow, Perseus as he slashed the Gorgon's head, Theseus as he cut the Minotaur's thread. What is the demise of one man, one Mediterranean island, one culture in the grand expansion of civilization's light? One could even guess. Assume, perhaps, that the bull would have elected himself as sacrifice, so that all the lost and wretched the world over would benefit from the glory you know you can provide. All the history your will can uncover. All at the cost of a single servant. One who already allowed his own sacrifice once, and now relives it endlessly. He knows the nobility of his place, of his usefulness, does he not? It is a yoke to be proud of, you know. The entirety of reality can be made clear. You see now, by the priceless glimpses to the past, preserved out there, clear now and forever, after so much neglect. And so, days before, you took position in your office to unleash all that was asked by the gods and taught by the snake. For the god of mankind, for your own enjoyment as well, one can bask in the great undertaking being led. The foreman no longer had to ask it of you. Sending the bull out was routine enough that you kept track of it on a spreadsheet. It can even be optimized, the ideal number of incursions to the valley for maximum retrieval of lost artifacts, with the least expenditure of that rare, elusive wine. You were so engrossed, you didn't even notice the foreman's absence for a week. Which is why, in a single second, his song today awakens you from stupor. Once more, the flute. Okay, I'll end the part here, everyone, so I'll see you around.